check it out. Our food's coming. This is the, what is this?
Nachos.
Steak nachos. All right, guys. Guys, come check this out. It's really good. I give it an 8. Come by. We're at Top Golf. Give it a try. Leave us your feedback and let us know what you think. All right, guys, come check it out. Steak nachos. We got more to come, so stay tuned. Alright guys, we got the donut holes here, filled donut holes. So let's try it, check it out, see how good it is. I mean, it looks fire, let's hope it's fire. So you grab one, and you get a syringe.
Like a leakage.
And you squeeze it in and fill it up, and eat it. You know what? Tastes like a churro. That's the exact words. Tastes like a churro, but except in a donut hole form. It's cinnamon and sugar and cream filled in the middle. Come try it. I give this about an 8. Come try it, guys. Let us know what you think. All right.
Now, I got a question in regards to that then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then is it even possible, like, so working your 9 to 5, your rest of your life till you turn 65, and say you're making $20 an hour, because my brain is trying to calculate and the math is not adding up. It almost seems like if you don't make some type of substantial income to double on top of that, even when you get to 65, you're still in trouble.
Money success revolves around cash flow.
Okay.
Okay, what is cash flow? It's what do you have incoming versus outgoing. Okay?
Okay.
So if you don't have enough money to reach your goals, okay? If you don't have enough money to reach your goals, I have to tell you one of 3 things. One, we're gonna have to learn to budget better. Right? So you have to be more efficient with how you spend your money.
Okay.
Number 2, you'll have to cut back on your goals. Okay? So a lot of people, I ask them, what are your goals? What's the number 1 thing you're focused on? And they said, well, in retirement, we want to travel. So where do you want to go when you retire? Where do you want to travel to? I want to go to Paris. I want to travel Europe, right? So, well, based on your budget and what you can save, you may not be able to go to Paris, France. You might be able to go to Paris, Texas. Or even a worst case scenario, you can go right down the street to Paris, right?
Or Paris, California, which is nothing out there.
Yeah. So you got to like cut back on your goals. Or number 3, you got to increase your cash flow. You got to make more money. So those are the things you do. But so rule of 72, right? Think about that. So that's how your money works for you. So the higher the rate of return, the more your money works, right? Money in the bank is dead. Okay, your money is basically unemployed. You got to put your money to work. Money is a tool. It's meant to be used, right? Fix your relationship with money. Use money as a tool. Get your money to work for you, right? Don't work for your money. Okay? But I also said, remember, Einstein said that it can work against you, right? You'll pay more. What do I mean by that? Well, a minute ago, we talked about interest rates.
Okay.
What if there was a place that you had a guaranteed 20%?
Oh, dude.
Ooh.
That'd be powerful, right?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, you're not getting a guaranteed 20% unless your name is Visa, MasterCard, or Discover. So as you accumulate debt, what do you think is happening? Right?
Yeah.
They're getting their 20%.
They're getting their 20%.
You're chasing debt the rest of your life. Do you want to chase debt, or do you want to get your money to work for you?
I want my money to work for me.
It's my job, right? My job is to employ your money. Okay? Get it to grow. First rule of money. Rule of compound interest, right? Second rule of money. How does your money grow? Do you want your money to grow efficiently or inefficiently?
Efficiently.
Okay, 3 ways your money grows. Fixed, right?
Okay.
Again, it's the bank.
Yep.
CDs, fixed, guaranteed 1% if you get that, right? You don't lose any money, no volatility, it's safe, but you're safely losing money because you're not even keeping up with inflation. So right now, inflation rate's 7-8%, you're earning 1%. You are losing buying power every single year that money sits in the bank.
That's factual. And the reason why I can say that, when I first moved to Florida, and my mom's had took $1,000. I had $1,000, and she put it in a CD for me for a whole year. And that year, then the year when I got the money back to purchase a car, I was like gassed up, thinking I was gonna have all this extra money. I got $1,000 right back, nothing more.
Wow.
Nothing more. And I'm just like, what happened to? Oh, there was. That's what they don't tell you a lot of times in the blank, is that these CDs, right? He says based on inflation. So if stocks fall,
yeah,
you ain't getting no money.
You're losing money,
Yeah.
right? You're losing buying power while it's tied up at the bank.
And then they just give you back what you invested in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which
There's
they already
money.
get money off of you.
The second thing is a variable market. So when you go get a job, they want to keep you there, right? They don't want you to quit. So they're like, Cali, hey, we're going to offer you a 401k plan.
That's what my work's doing.
Right?
Yeah.
And so they're going to offer you a 401k. They're going to, hey, we're going to match 50% up to 6%. So it's really a 3% match, right? So you have to contribute 6% to match up to the 3%,
yes,
right?
Yep.
Okay, but Cali, unfortunately, if you leave us before 2 to 3 years, we're going to take all that money back.
You're not vested.
Because you're not vested. So what do? You stick it out because you don't want to lose that money, even though you're miserable at your job. Okay, so variable market, 401ks, mutual funds, stocks. You have all the potential for gain, but what else do you have? Potential for loss, risk and reward. Okay, so that's a variable market.
I need to talk to you about that later.
Okay, we're going to talk.
Yes.
The third one is called an indexing strategy. Okay?
Yeah.
So indexing is like a hybrid of the two. What if you had the safety of a fixed, but you had the upside potential of the variable? So what happens with an indexing strategy, not to be confused with index funds. A lot of indexing strategies will use index funds, but if you invest directly into an index fund, you still have risk, right? In indexing strategy, market goes up, you lock in your gains, right? Market goes up, we lock in the gains. Market comes down, we're protected, right? You don't lose any money due to market losses. So that's a true indexing strategy, okay? So you have to ask yourself, if you had a choice between fixed, the bank, variable, the market, indexing strategy, leveraging the market with the indexing strategy built into it, right, with no losses, which one would you choose? Index. Most people would, right? And the third rule of money is taxation, okay? And I'm not a big fan of taxes. Okay.
I mean,
Who is? Taxes will have a big impact on your retirement, right?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. If with taxes, I'll pay my fair share, but I don't want to pay more, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to pay more than your fair share.
But if you make more, you're going to be paying more anyways.
You could be. Most tax rates are based on income, right? The
But
more money you make, the higher your tax rate.
So there's like a cutoff point where it wouldn't be worth it for you to make so much more, because the more you make, once you get a certain point, most of that's going to be going back to taxes.
So do you remember Ronald Reagan?
Yes.
Okay, Ronald Reagan was an actor before he was
Yes.
a politician,
Yeah.
and he would only do 2 movies a year. Why would he only do 2 movies? Because he got paid $100,000 per film. But you realize as soon as he did that third film, it bumped him up into another tax bracket. He would make less money.
Because he had to pay more.
You had to pay more taxes.
More in taxes, right? So let me ask you guys this question. Do you think taxes are going to stay the same? Do you think they're going to go down, or they're going to go up in the future?
Up.
I'd agree. I think they're going to go up, but we don't know. We don't have a crystal ball.
Sure.
So it's very important you understand how taxes work, because you would want a tax strategy that you controlled your tax rate instead of the government, right? Okay, so here's something that's really cool. Like, who controls the tax rates? The IRS, right?
IRS, yep.
Have you ever taken those 2 words and put them together? The IRS. Combine those 2 words. What's it spell?
The risk.
Theirs.
Theirs.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, theirs.
Where'd that come from? The risk.
Theirs. So
Theirs.
what I like to do is teach people about the different tax buckets. So there's 3 different tax buckets the government allows you to have.
Okay.
Tax now, the bank, right? So you go out and you work, you earn money. Before you receive that money, what do?
They tax you.
They tax it, right?
Yep.
Now you get direct deposit. That money goes in the bank. Whatever little bit of interest you earn, at the end of the year, you get a thing called a 1099 INT. They tax you on those gains. So you get taxed twice.
Wow.
Okay?
Which the gains percentage is way lower than the tax percentage
Right.
that we have.
So the second bucket is when you go get that job,
Okay.
they're going to offer you the 401k. They say, Steve, we're going to give you a tax incentive to save into this vehicle. So if you put money into your 401k, it reduces your taxable liability for income. Okay, so you pay less income tax. Money goes into the 401k, grows tax deferred, which means no taxation on it as it grows. But as soon as you access that money, you take it out, you get taxed at whatever income bracket you're in at that time.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So the 401k is the greatest thing ever created for the government.
Facts.
So let me explain what I'm talking about there, right? So Steve, I love your show. I think this is awesome. It's a lot of fun.
Thanks, Dad.
So I believe in your show, and I'm like, Steve, you got all the talent, the intellectual ability to make this show what it is. I have the cash, the equity to invest in everything you need to make it successful. So I am going to propose a partnership with all of us, right?
Yep.
You guys are the sweat equity. You guys are the brains. I have the capital. We're going to be 50-50 partners. Okay? What you realize, though, when you read over the contract for the show, is I put a clause in the contract. 10 years from now, I can adjust my percentage of equity. Okay? So 10 years, I can adjust it to 60-40, 70-30. You have no say. You discover that. Do you still take the deal?
No.
Why?
Because in 10 years, the show could be bringing in so much money.
Yeah.
So I give you $50,000 to start the show. Show's worth millions. And at that point, when it's worth millions, I say, hey, I'm going to take a bigger chunk of the ownership. Would you do it?
No. So tell me, is that what's happening with the 401ks?
So
I'm getting
401k,
goosebumps
you're putting all the
already.
money in, right?
Yeah.
You're taking all the risk, right? It's your money, your risk going into the 401k. Government decides, hey, we're too far in debt. We got to raise the tax rates to make up for all that debt we have as a country. So 20 years from now, 30 years from now, you're ready to retire. They let you save when you were making a little bit of money. You might be at a 20 or 30% tax rate, right? Now their 401k has grown. You have this big chunk of change in there. You need more money because of cost of inflation, right? Inflation goes up. You need more money on an annual basis. Take that money out. You start taking it out of your 401k, but tax rates have now gone up to 40, 50%. Government's going to get more of that money, and you took all the risk and did all the work.
Wow.
And then if it hit the fan, like it did a couple years ago when we had the mortgage collapse and the stock collapse, was in
2008.
2008, right? The government didn't take no losses when these people lost their 401ks.
Nope. They still got their money.
Just the individuals themselves.
Wow.
Bro.
Okay, so that's the tax later bucket, right?
Okay.
Third bucket, tax advantaged. Yeah, I mean, don't you like that word advantage? So tax advantage means you're going to go ahead and pay the income taxes now. You put it away, you let it grow. It grows tax deferred, so no taxation on it as it grows. But when you go to access that money later, 100% tax free, right? So it'll be Roth IRAs,
Okay.
investment grade life insurance, municipal bond funds, executive bonus plans for business owners. So the question is,
now it's starting to re-register. That's where they can take the 401k and to the Roth IRA.
do Roth, right?
Okay.
So here's the deal. If you had your choice between earning 1, 4, 6, or 10% plus interest, which would you choose?
10.
10 plus, right?
10 plus, yeah.
All day, no brainer. If you had a choice between fixed, variable, or indexed, which one would you choose?
Index.
If you had a choice between tax now, tax later, or tax advantaged, which would you choose?
Tax advantage.
Yep. Tax advantage.
So you understand how the rules of the money game affect your wealth.
Yeah.
So it's just understanding the rules and playing by those rules.
So it's a matter of being educated properly on knowing what the rules are. So that's going to be the biggest advantage. Wow.
Yeah.
So
Big difference.
is there any advantage, right? I mean, I know the answer to this, but I'm still gonna ask a question. Is there any advantage to individuals doing this, selling insurance, instead of wasting their life away and working as a it was a statement that they used. You probably know exactly what I'm trying to say, David. An agent. What do they call it?
I know exactly where you're going.
Hey, Steve, is this your
I'm gonna get that's my water.
Oh,
You get a mixed water? Cali! Oh my god, bro.
It's straight straws.
So once again on a food review, Cali decides to mix our drinks up. Again, right?
Unintentionally, man.
Let's swap the straws.
Dude, that's my straw anyway.
You took my.
You need a new straw.
Hey, broski.
You need a straw? Oh, yeah. Thank you.
So don't do what Cali do.
Hey, I just want to know what you're drinking. That's all I want to know.
Here's my point.
Okay.
With my industry, it's one of the most highly compensated industries out there. And there's nothing wrong with working a job, right? We do what we have to do to earn income, right? One of my favorite motivational speakers is a guy named Jim Rohn.
Okay.
Jim Rohn says, work full-time on your income, part-time on, have you heard it before?
No. But it's
Part-time on your fortune, right? Remember, cash flow. Cash flow is king.
okay.
You got to earn more money. And there's never been an economic time where it was more necessary to have multiple streams of income.
So define fortune. So basically, you're working, you're getting income. So the fortune part is what you're setting aside, what you're saving, or
Investing and
Investing,
growing,
okay.
right? So if your job can help you pay your bills, which most people, their job isn't paying their bills now, right? Look at everything that's going on in the economy. You're working, okay, inflation, boom, 8%. Let me use an example for you. I like to shop at Sam's. I like to buy bulk, right?
Yep.
So one of the things I would buy is my son's 16 years old. He's eating me out of house and home, right? But he loves eggs. Okay, so I buy bulk eggs from Sam's. They have cases of eggs, 7 dozen eggs, right? So you get 7 dozen eggs. It used to cost me $33 for that case.
It's like 69.
Now it's 60. So inflation. Understand this. A lot of people think the government doesn't want inflation. The government wants inflation. Inflation is good for the government. Inflation is a form of taxation. Okay? So my case of eggs
The more you
used
pay,
to cost
the
me
more
$30,
tax.
right? Now that same case of eggs, I get less for my money, but now I'm paying twice as much.
Yeah.
So $60 is still be taxed at the same rate.
so they're making more money.
They're making more tax
More
money,
tax money.
right? So right now, people are able to afford less for the same amount of money they were making. So how many people are having to take a second or third job? Okay, and what do most people do right now? Right now, they're going and they're doing Uber Eats, Uber, DoorDash to make extra money.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which is wear and tear in the vehicle.
it wears and tears on your vehicle. It wears and tears on you. You never get further ahead. You're just keeping up. You're just keeping up. You're replacing the buying power that you lost due to inflation, right? The thing about my industry is it creates a passive residual income as well. You can build an agency, right, that makes you money. So in your part-time, you can go out and help families save money, learn the rules of money, teach other people how to be more efficient with their money, and you get paid really well. And then eventually you get good at what I do. You can replace your full-time income with what I do. And then now you work a lot less, making more money. Helping people.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do the Uber Eats or the DoorDash. You can do something that's more impactful. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy it when DoorDash brings me my food, right?
Yep.
So that's a good thing. But long term, what impact did you leave on a family?
None.
With what I do, I change their financial future
Yeah.
because I teach and educate families how to be more efficient with their money. So this is one of the best industries in the world, in my opinion. I love it. I would not change anything. I love where I'm at. I love my time freedom. I spend time with my family when I want. You know, I spend time working when I want. I work for myself. I don't have a boss. I don't have to be micromanaged. I go on vacations when I want. I go eat when I want, and I enjoy my life.
Bro, you know what's funny? When I said that, and I was like, I know the answer already, right? I knew the answer as far as I know it's the income could be very great helping individuals, and if you're really putting your heart into helping individuals, trust me when I say the blessings that come back as far as the pay, I already knew that, but I never had put it into that deep of aspect as far as like put it, you know, focus on the part-time, like do it part-time, build, keep this while that's building, that way you can switch out, and that way you can
Transition out.
change your
Transition
life.
out, yeah.
But we be so stuck sometimes that we're thinking like, oh, I don't have enough time to do this, da 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 da, and
It's what they
it's
teach
really
you.
just a little piece of your time. I think we psych ourselves out so much.
Well, I think it's
We're our worst
just how we're
enemies.
taught. I mean, you know, as a little kid, you know, first thing they teach you is you gotta work hard. You know, you gotta work an 8 to 5 job every day in order to, you know, have a good income. And
If you don't have,
If
if
you
you
don't-
don't got that guarantee,
Yeah.
see that paycheck
Yeah.
every 2 weeks, it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing. That's horrendous on your mental health.
yeah,
Yeah,
because you're stressed out all the time, trying to you know make ends meet, trying to figure out how you're gonna make enough money to pay your rent, pay your bills, put food on the table.
So, you know,
So-
a minute ago we talked about 3 rules of money, right?
Yeah.
Fixed, variable, indexed.
Index.
Okay.
My career has been an indexing strategy. Fixed is a job. You're stuck in that job earning the same amount of money every single week because you're getting paid hourly or salary. Right?
Okay.
Yep.
Variable, hey, if you want to be a business owner, like a true entrepreneur, there's some risk in that, right?
Yep.
So you got to go out, you got to put all your own capital out,
Yep.
all your own time and energy and effort, right? To build a business that's variable. It's very high risk. Most
Yep.
businesses fail
Yep.
within the first couple years,
Yeah.
right?
That's
But
true.
what if you could have the benefit of a system, the technology, all the tools, everything you needed to be successful? You could do it part-time in the beginning, right? Learn and develop your skills, and then get rid of that fixed strategy like holding you back and go all in with that indexing strategy with all the upside potential, but none of the downside risk of being like, you know, just an entrepreneur starting a business from scratch.
That'd be great.
Got a question in regards to that then.
Yeah.
I know I'll be coming through. So if an individual, right, decides, you know, they get their, you know, their insurance license, life, health, variable annuities, right? How fast, right, can they use that physical income in regards to, like, say if they wanted to purchase a house, it's still a year process. They gotta have, like, it gotta be done with like 1009, right, 1099. And it has to be a whole year of that income, and then they can use that towards purchasing a
To
house
apply for a house as
or
income.
a vehicle or something.
So that's a lot of tricky stuff. That's really like an accounting question. You got to talk to some accountants about all of that stuff, and mortgage brokers. They'll be better equipped to help you with all of that stuff. But I've been commission-based 1099 most of my career, and fortunately, because I do work with a large company, they send me the 1099 income statement every single year, so I can prove what I make,
Gotcha.
which helps.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you don't get that till at the end of the year, just like everybody else gets a W-2. Mine is just a little different,
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm not bringing a mortgage broker in here or accountant in here. Well, I mean, we could, but if we do bring them in with you, they're probably going to end up quitting their job.
The beauty is they don't have to quit their job, right? They can do that
no,
in
on
this.
the side.
But,
They're gonna
bro,
want to quit their job.
Bro, because
When they know what this. Yeah.
remember I had my mortgage broker's license at one point in time, and I let that lapse, right? And don't get me wrong, there's good money in the mortgage industry, right?
Depends.
Depends on how
The
you're
market.
being marketed. But at the end of the day, when you talk about the stress on your head, the aggravation and so forth, there is less stress that you deal with in the insurance industry. I'm not even trying to be a jerk when I say this, but possibly a lot of it comes because of the fact that the government don't have their teeth into the insurance industry like everybody else do. But where they go, that's the government. They got their teeth in the mortgage industry.
finance is the biggest industry in the world. We're bigger than retail. We're bigger than real estate, right? But here's what I love. You mentioned mortgage brokers and all these other people. Like a couple years ago, what was the big market? Mortgages and real estate.
Correct.
Like look what was going on here in Florida. As soon as you list your house, it was sold 3 hours later for above asking price.
Yes.
Now what's going on?
It's 10% down right now.
It's down. Market's coming down in real estate. So real estate agents are selling less, which means mortgage brokers are also selling less, right? So their industry is very tied into the economy. My industry is almost, I would say, recession proof, right? It's not subject to the volatility, okay? Because the strategy we use, we just adapt. So when times are good, we do really well because people want to save, right? If they're making more money, they want to save more money.
Exactly.
When times are bad, okay, with the down market like right now, people want to protect their money. So all we do is we pivot, we help people protect their money. So when times are good, we do well. When times are bad, we do really well.
Facts. Okay.
So we don't see the slowdown that most industries do.
That's factual. That's definitely factual.
Yeah, wow.
And then I know as far as the Medicare part, I know there's a lot of people out there that go to jobs and, you know, companies, they help provide their insurance license. But what I tend to see with a lot of these companies is that they practically put them into the health portion of the business. And that, when you go just into the health portion, like for Medicare, you get stuck. And you don't know where the real money's at. So it's you're only a benefit to that company, and that's it, nothing else. And then they put these, you know, little things here like you can't sell for no other company while you're working for them, and you might have your life insurance license, and you can work and make more money while working the side, and that completely prevents you. So that's like was a huge thing in my brain. Is like, you know, as far as going in that direction, as far as being a private, I want to be a private broker. So, I mean, long story short, people, you know, me, CALI, Mr. Chris Dahmer, the cameraman behind us here, you already know, we are practically, well, I'm going to be getting my insurance license back. I'm definitely going to be doing this on a part-time, you know, because I do miss the insurance industry. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to be doing my acting career and all that crazy stuff. CALI planning on doing it. Chris is definitely doing it, and the man that's putting us in the position where we're going to be able to get our license and start to be able to do what everybody else is doing is the man David Henning.
So hey guys, welcome to the financial army.
Thank you.
I mean, Chris, you back here? I know you being quiet. Do you have any questions? I mean, because I know, you know, one of the reasons why you're interested in as far as getting, you know, your license is because you want to help, you know, family members in your family.
Yeah.
I mean, you got any questions in regards to that that Dave can answer?
I think last time we talked, I'm just ready to sit down and talk more.
Absolutely, man. We're here to help. You know, I love that Chris is so passionate about helping people with their fitness goals, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can keep helping people with the fitness goals, but now we can help them with the financial goals too, right?
There you go. And have more time for the fitness goals.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes people are so busy working, they don't have enough time to keep their physical fitness, you know, as a priority as well.
Well, what about them individuals that go in the gym like me that overdo it and get hurt and that don't have no athlete?
We got it all. We have it all. Right? I'm a firm believer that you are limited by the tools in your tool belt. So why not have all the tools? You know?
Yeah.
It's your call.
Factual. I mean, Dave, then I need a huge favor from you. I know this is kind of just gonna be a lot, right? Well, it's not a lot because Dave's the man. All right. Can you? I mean, I'm gonna put like, I know everybody say I got the crappy editing in the crew. You know what I mean? But the editing's getting better. So what I'm gonna do? Let's see here. Should we put it here? Here? No, we're gonna put it right here. Right here? Or should we right here? We're gonna put it right here. Right, I'm gonna post. You're gonna see everything as far as how to get in contact with Dave. Right, the process of getting your insurance license. Like you're gonna get you set up, bro. This is the opportunity for everybody to get themselves into better financial situations. Because if you see what's going on in the world, it's not getting easier. So if you're waiting for that blessing to just come down and happen, well,
This is the
Don't
opportunity.
sit and wait. You got to remember what the Creator says, man. You got to take 2 steps to Him, and He's going to take a step back before He's going to say, hey, open the door to you. So it's time, man. I want y'all to reach out to David, get your insurance license, and legitimately stop. That way you can do for other people in a good way and also do for yourself. You know what I mean? It's better to be blessed helping others than being blessed for not doing anything at all. And they've got the plan. So that's the direction we're going with. But I'm going to put all that information right here. And once we do that, it's totally up to y'all. We're definitely going to keep you informed. We're definitely going to come back more with David because once we get our insurance license, we want to show y'all that we got the license so that we're showing you that the direction that we're heading. Plus, we want to bring David back again because there's other things that we want to talk about the insurance industries as far as more as helping individuals because on the B.O.O.B.S show we're very huge about mental wealth, and I feel like insurance is like a key factor in mental wealth. I feel like a lot of people get stressed out and get sick and to become sick because of
Mentally.
financial issues, losing family members, being sick themselves or
Stressed
family
out
members.
over insecurities for final expenses.
Yes.
Stuff like that, yeah. And peace of mind, you just want to have peace of mind that you're going to be taken care of, on your final days, final moments. Make sure your family is taken care of as well.
Facts.
So,
All right, Dave, want to give his information one more time?
Hey, the easiest way to get a hold of me is just go right to my Instagram. It's first name, last name. So David Henning Mindset on Instagram, and the link tree is right in there. You can click on it for access to all my information.
We'll also put it on the social media pages and the shorts, YouTube shorts, our Twitter account, Instagram, TikTok. We're gonna make sure that's all there when we do our shorts, so that way you can find them too. So that way, y'all got no excuses. There'll be nothing in the comments talking about we can't find them. Where's his information at? It's gonna be there.
I'm easy to find. David Henning Mindset on Instagram. Go like, follow, and share.
there you go.
Okay,
All right, we're out, guys.
let's go.